It's Monday, August 13th of 2018. I have no freaking idea what I'm going to talk about. Well, maybe I do. But regardless, it's another guy's daily drive. Good afternoon on this stormy Monday. This is, as far as weather goes, this has been a really, really odd kind of month. I can't remember the last time that we got this much rain in August. And the weird thing, I was taking Guy to work on Sunday morning. And as we were going down the main drag, or actually getting to the main drag, I saw some police lights up, around a corner, so I slowed down. And when I got there, I realized that he wasn't looking for speeders. He was there because a tree had uprooted and was laying across the road. Now, it wasn't blocking our lane, which is good. But as far as I could tell, there wasn't a whole lot of wind. There wasn't, excessive anything, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever, that would cause this tree to uproot. So the only thing I can think of is that the water got so soggy that the root system couldn't support the weight anymore, and it just kind of fell over. That happened to us at our house one winter, where there was just so much snow on this one tree that was by the carport that the tree just fell over. So, it does happen. And as exciting as that is, and it's not really exciting, went to, as I reported, listen to me, you're a roving reporter. I went to the dentist last Wednesday, and I'd done a guy's daily drive on my way out there. And I'm having to go again this Wednesday because I have 2 small cavities that need to be filled. And so once I get there, I'll have to take care of that. And it's, this is a long trip out to La Plata, Maryland, which is where the dentist is that my wife likes and I've started using as well. And there's one of the things that I wanted to get done since I've gotten this car. I only had 1 key and 1 remote. So I bought 3 keys that, will start the car and unlock the front door. But I only had the 1 remote, and I was kind of hesitant to take it out of the house because if I had lost it, then I would have had no remotes at all. So I bought 2 off the internet, but I was having a lot of trouble finding someone to program them. And apparently you can't just, hit a combination of a couple of buttons and set it up to work like somebody else's, a different remote. But when I got to the area where, when I got to the area where my dentist is, I figured I would use maps to see if there was any Kia dealerships out there. And lo and behold, as soon as I made the right onto the main drag and then hit the button to find a Kia dealership, there was one right on my left-hand side. So I stopped there, and they made me, they programmed 2 remotes, so I have 1 here on my keychain, though the key that is inside of the remote is just a blank. It doesn't, it won't work with this car. The key fob will, but the key won't. So I didn't really have time to do it while I was out there, but I think I'm going to leave early, and I will drop off those 2 keys and let them hopefully make the built-in flippy out key make a key that'll just fit inside that remote. And so yay, hopefully that will take care of that. And then the last thing I'll need to do as far as the dentist is concerned is get these 2 back molars implanted. Not really looking forward to that. That's going to be $5,000 to $6,000 that my insurance company won't pay. Thank you, Delta Dental of Maine. They suck. They suck big hairy roots. But I will get some of that back through various ways. But then the Wednesday after that, I'm talking to my son Peter, because one of the things that we're talking about doing is going to Hershey Park. Now, if you don't live in this area, Hershey Park is an amusement park that has roller coasters and rides and all kinds of things like that, but it's associated with Hershey chocolate. So there's like all kinds of chocolate themed stuff to buy, and they got a huge factory there. So you can get like 5-pound bars of Hershey chocolate if that's something that you actually wanted. And even though it does sound delicious, I don't think I could buy a 5-pound Hershey's chocolate bar. I think that would be just a bit much. However, we're talking about going up on that Wednesday, and we're running out of time because Liza, his girlfriend, is getting ready to start her master's program for teaching. So if we don't do it soon, this month, she won't be able to go. And I'm hoping to talk Tracy into going too, so hopefully it would be like the 4 of us would go up there. Might have to take 2 cars because it's about a 2.5 hour drive. It's not a short drive. But that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't gone to any amusement parks at all this year. And one of the things that I'm talking to Peter about, and I would love it if Guy could go too, because we haven't done something like this in so long, would be to go to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio for like 2-3 days. Now that's a bit of a farther trip. That's like 6 to 7 hours to drive. So the way we would have to do it would be to go there on one day, spend 2 or 3 days at the park, and then drive back. So that's something that I want to do. Not this year, but next year. I would love to do that. I haven't been to Cedar Point in long time, decades, well over 10, 20 years. My buddy Dave and I used to go all the time during the summer, obviously. But I don't think he's really interested in roller coasters anymore. I am. I'm always up for a coaster park. They don't always like me because they, unfortunately, the newer type restraint systems aren't really designed for somebody that's my size. And I mean height and weight and everything. Now I may be down to, I should have mentioned this, I'm down to about 304 pounds from a high of about 320 pounds, I guess it was about 2 months ago. So little by little, I'm shedding this weight that I picked up when I stopped smoking. And my ultimate goal is to get down into like 260, 270. Though honestly, if I could see the backside of 280, That would be pretty delightful. So that's what's going on. Not much new to report. The car is doing great. I'm really, really digging the car. I love having a much smaller car than the huge family cars I've driven for the last 25 years. It's nice to have something that I can just get into and boogie around in. And it's a good road car too. I drove it to Chicago and back. Anyway, that's about it. If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can reach me, Guy at MyMac.com, probably. Probably the best way to get a hold of me is finding me on Twitter. My Twitter handle there is MacParrot. Don't forget, I also do the Mac to the Future livecast on Wednesday nights, though if I go to Hershey Park, I won't be doing it next Wednesday, because I won't be here. I'll be at Hershey Park. Then, of course, there is naturally the one that started it all for me. Literally, this was like the first podcast I did, though I wasn't a host at the time. The MyMac.com podcast that I do each and every week with Mr. Gazmaz. Something like nearly 8.5 years that he and I have been doing that show together. It still blows my mind that we've been doing it for that period of time. It's still going strong. If you would like to help support me like Yvonne did, thank you, Yvonne. I really, really do appreciate it. She sent me a one-time donation through Ko-fi, ko-fi.com, where my name there. You can find me, Guy Searle or Mac Parrot. You can also sign up on like a rotating basis over there on Patreon, Guy Searle, Mac Parrot there as well. There's a couple of reward levels. I don't really talk about it much. You can get some really, really bad electronic music that I made like 10, 15 years ago in GarageBand. And it is pretty bad. But, it was fun for me to do. I can also send you a digital copy of a really bad book that I wrote. There's a theme here. A really bad book that I wrote called The Maltese Cube. And depending on what level you sign up for, I would be delighted to send you a copy of that book as well. I have other books that I'm writing, sort of. I haven't gotten to them in a while, but I will get back to them. But I'm not going to talk about that today. So thank you all for watching or listening. If you're subscribing to this via iTunes, where it's the audio feed for Guy's Daily Drive. And I will catch you next time, right here. Thanks again.